Hello, executives. My name is Ragda Al-Saad. I am a cybersecurity engineer at Trust Financials, and today I will be presenting a cyber threat intelligence plan proposal. So first, I wanted just to give a brief description of what cyber threat intelligence is. So cyber threat intelligence is information about potential cyber threats and that has been analyzed and refined so that it is useful to policymakers in making decisions. Now, one important point to mention here is that the information that we actually utilize in this plan has not been collected from random sources and used as evidence. On the contrary, the information was collected from reliable sources and has been analyzed to be considered valid. At the cybersecurity team, we believe intelligence information has to be reliable, relatable, and accurate. Now, to give some numbers and statistics, the financial services sector is targeted by cyber attacks more than any other industry. It averages $18 million per attack versus $12 million per attack in other verticals. And the likelihood of being attacked in the financial services sector is 300 times more frequent than any other industry. So next, I will be providing a business case analysis in which we choose a cyber threat intelligence tool. So our cybersecurity team at Trust Financials has done an extensive research on the available cyber threat intelligence tools in the market. We contacted vendors and we wanted to get quotes from them and more details on their products. And we've developed a business case analysis in which we recommend going with CrowdStrike Falcon Premium as the main cyber threat intelligence tool for our company. So the Falcon Premium provides a cloud-delivered protection across endpoints, cloud workloads, identity, and data. It also predicts and prevents modern threats. It actually acts as a comprehensive platform for cybersecurity, so it provides cyber threat intelligence capabilities as well as other cybersecurity capabilities, and that's why we love the platform. Now, in the table here, as you can see, we have the different prices for 3 different Falcon platforms. And for the Falcon Premium, the price is almost $150 per endpoint per year. And now we will be talking about the total cost of ownership and return on investment by using this CrowdStrike Falcon Premium tool. So the total cost of ownership is the purchase price of an asset, in this case it's the CrowdStrike Falcon Premium, plus the cost of operation over the asset's lifespan. For us, the total cost of ownership was calculated for 3 years, and it includes the purchase price for 200 computers, the infrastructure price as well, which is in our case is $0, because the platform is 100% cloud-based, so there is no hardware or maintenance cost to worry about. We have also employee training costs. We have ongoing support from CrowdStrike, which is included for free. We have future upgrades, which were calculated $75 per PC for 3 years. And we have other costs that were calculated at $45 per PC for 3 years. So the total cost of ownership for 200 computers for 3 years actually was $114,000. Now, the best part, which is the return on investment. So Forrester Consulting was commissioned by CrowdStrike to conduct a total economic impact and return on investment study for anyone or any organization that is utilizing the CrowdStrike Falcon platforms. And the results were enhanced protection, reduced complexity, organizational agility, landscape awareness, and workforce efficiency. And the cumulative savings for each organization was $6.7 million, representing 316% return on investment with payback in less than 3 months. Now, our cybersecurity team at Trust Financials wanted to get a more detailed return on investment result that actually pertain to our environment. So we have 200 computers. We wanted to know the return on investment over 3-year life cycle. So we decided to use the HCR IT Initiative Return on Investment tool. And I took some screenshots from that tool. So if you can look at this table to the right, we have the cost for 3 years per PC, which is the one that we calculated previously, and it's $570. We have also $114,000 for the 200 computers. We have the benefits, which were calculated from this table that is also included in the tool. So the benefits were actually almost $2,688 per PC and totaling $538,000 for 200 computers. The net benefits were the benefits minus the costs, and the return on investment was totaled at 371% with a payback period of 5 months. So these are amazing results. We were really happy with those results, and that's why we decided to go for it with CrowdStrike Falcon Premium. Next, we want to talk about the cyber threat actors. So who are the people or the criminals that are trying to attack our organization? We have the organized crime, which is a group of people or cyber criminals who are focused on financial gain. We have also hacktivists. We have advanced persistent threat groups that are organized and sponsored by nation, state, or government. And these are very dangerous groups because they have a significant amount of resources and funding. We have the insider threat, which is usually an underestimated threat, but it's a very important point to consider here. Actually, 34% of data breaches in the 2019 Verizon investigation report involved internal actors. We have also competitors that consider Trust Financials a threat in the market. Next, we have the threat actors' potential attack methods. So how will these threat actors actually attack our company? So there are different ways to do that. First, we have phishing attacks. So it's a variant of social engineering, and I know most of us know what a phishing attack is. It's just a method of tricking users into revealing login credentials to gain access to the internal network. And the most common form of this phishing attack is email phishing, and we have actually witnessed a lot of phishing attacks, email phishing attacks towards our company. And thankfully, we have not fallen to any of these attacks yet. But it's a very important factor to keep in mind that phishing attacks are actually increased in the financial sector by 22% in the first half of 2021, and finance was the most targeted sector of phishing attacks in Q1 of 2021. As you can see in this pie chart, financial institution ranked number 1, followed by social media. Next, we have ransomware. So the financial services industry is a very attractive target to cyber criminals because of the valuable customer information that we possess. We have personal identifiable information, we have financial information, and actually the Atlas VPN, which is a New York-based VPN service provider, has observed a 151% increase in ransomware attacks in the first half of 2021, so this is the first half of 2021, compared to the same period, which is the first half of 2020. So just big numbers here of ransomware attacks. Next, we have DDoS attacks. So DDoS attacks, or distributed denial of service attacks, they try to overwhelm the targets and actually disrupt the service or bring down entire networks. And DDoS attacks can mask other activities by hackers. In the financial services sector, they have averaged a cost of $1.8 million. And to this chart to the right, you can see that technology ranked number 1 in the DDoS attack numbers, telecommunications number 2, and finance ranked number 3. We have other kind of attacks. We have supply chain attacks, malware and web application attacks, and insider threat as discussed before. Next, we will be talking about an example of a cyber attack, which is the MyRisk cyber attack. So who is MyRisk? MyRisk is an integrated container logistics company, and it's a global shipping company operating in 130 countries with 95,000 employees responsible for 76 ports around the globe. So in 2017, One of the most widespread and devastating cyber attacks happened against that company, but also happened to other companies. So Mars was only one of about 7,000 companies attacked by what is called the NotPetya attack. The NotPetya attack actually were believed to be the people who were responsible for that attack were believed to be nation-state Russian hackers. The NotPetya attack was the result of the compromise of the Linkos Group, which is a small software firm that markets and that has actually a software package called MEDoc. This software was used by nearly everyone who did business in Ukraine. And since Myris did business in Ukraine and used that MEDoc software, it was attacked through that malware. The attackers were able to infect the update server of the MEDoc after discovering vulnerabilities in that update server. So when the update was pushed to all its clients, everyone was infected with that malware. So now lessons learned from the Myris attack and why it relates to our company. So the Myris cyber attack happened through the compromise of a third-party vendor, which is the Linkos Group. Only one computer belonging to Myris was using the Linkos Group compromised software, which was the MEDoc. So Myris should have security requirements and periodic security checks on any vendor or third-party software they use in any of its worldwide locations. Because remember, it takes only one person or one device to get in. So a lesson learned from that is that even if our systems at Trust Financials are protected, attackers can exploit our affiliates or third-party vendors and use our trust relationship to gain access to the systems. The solution to that is to use a defense in-depth strategy in which we have multiple layers of defense in our cybersecurity mechanisms. Another thing is to use network segmentation because it's critical in the containment of attacks. It is also recommended to ensure that organizations that we conduct business with are maintaining operational security and are meeting our security standards. Another important point to mention is that Myris was just one of about 7,000 companies attacked globally by that attack. So with cyber attacks, national borders have no meaning and collateral damage travels via cruel and unexpected logic. So here at Trust Financials, we should be ready and well prepared for the same attacks in the future because we might not be the target for a specific cyber attack, but we might be a part of what is called collateral damage. Now, the most important part here is the risk reduction plan and recommendations. So based on the previous examination of potential cyber threat actors, their attack methods, and based on the numbers and statistics provided, Trust Financials should take cyber threats seriously and deploy all available resources to enhance its security posture and mitigate the cyber risk. So we recommend the following. First, implement periodic employees' cybersecurity training and awareness sessions to familiarize employees with the recent cyber attacks, including phishing and ransomware, and how to respond to those attacks. Also, implement phishing campaigns to mimic actual phishing attacks to test employees' knowledge and response to such attacks. Second, have a well-written cybersecurity incident response plans for employees to reference in case of a cyber attack. The plan must be periodically reviewed and updated and should also outline the way the system will prioritize resources to keep most systems and services online. Third, we have to have periodic audits that must be completed to ensure all systems are up to date and security controls are in place and effective. We highly recommend penetration testing because in this way the company can utilize third-party security companies to perform the testing, and we recommend at least once per year. Through penetration testing, we can make sure that our systems are not vulnerable to cybersecurity attacks. We should have proper documentation of network systems, security mechanisms, security architecture, and the incident response plan, which is vital to the protection of the company's assets. The company should also enforce data loss prevention to mitigate any chances of insider data exfiltration. The company should always have its systems up to date with recent software updates and security patches, and those should be applied as soon as they become available. For ransomware attacks, the FBI strongly advises businesses to never pay a ransom. And also, to defend against supply chain attacks, it's recommended for financial services to implement the Zero Trust architecture with secure privileged access management policy. For DDoS attacks, it is recommended to implement server-level DDoS protection and to minimize the surface area that can be attacked. This can be done by, I don't want to get into too deep technical details here, but all of these details are provided in the actual plan document as well. And as a financial company, Trust Financials must have a well-defined remote work policy that defines the rules for remote work and prohibits the use of personal handheld devices for work. We have to have this policy because after COVID-19, we do have a percentage of people that are still working remotely from home. So we need to have a well-defined policy. We should also implement a secure VPN connection for remote users to use on the company's computer when working remotely. And access to any corporate resources should not be allowed from a personal handheld devices. The appropriate technical access controls mechanisms must be implemented to enforce this policy, and managers are responsible for the supervision of their department employees. Violations to this policy subject the violated individual to disciplinary action that could result in employment termination. Also, the following security controls could address most of the exposures facilitating data breaches. First, we have to have third-party risk management program that will identify security vulnerabilities for all third-party vendors and service providers, and this is one of the lessons learned from the MyRisk attack. So we should consider this very seriously. Second, we have to have a multi-factor authentication policy. We have to have a regularly updated firewalls. We have to have an attack surface management solution capable of detecting data leaks that will significantly reduce the chances of a successful data breach. And that concludes our cyber threat intelligence plan proposal. I want to thank you all for listening, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you very much.